Nothing like a good tobacco flavor. Am I right? While a lot of vapors avoid tobacco flavors for reasons that are usually due to the connection to cigarettes or other tobacco products, some of us enjoy the musky, pleasant draw of a smooth tobacco liquid. It is an acquired taste, and with N.e.ts, those that enjoy tobacco flavors will find them to be quite enjoyable. Welcome back to SteamRoom, and today we're discussing N.e.ts. First, let's start with what is N.e.t? Well, N.e.t is an acronym for naturally extracted tobacco. It's a flavored concentrate extracted from real tobacco, steeping chopped or ground tobacco in PG, VG, or a mix of the two to allow the natural flavors to make their way into the base mixture. This can be done with the aid of heating to make the process a little quicker and to offer a stronger flavor, or cold with no heat added, which takes longer but preserves more of the complexity and nuance of the flavor. So remember going forward in this video that N.e.t stands for naturally extracted tobacco. You're going to hear me say that quite a bit. Now you may be asking yourself, what's the difference between smoking tobacco and naturally extracted tobacco concentrate? Well, aside from the obvious risk differences, the short answer to this is N.e.ts just taste a hell of a lot better. By naturally extracting the tobacco, it allows the capture of the fresh taste of tobacco. Notice that word though, fresh. The flavor of combusted tobacco is a completely different story. This is typically why so many beginners drift away from tobacco-flavored e-liquid, because N.e.ts fail to provide that full smoking experience. This is partly because N.e.ts do not contain the same combustion products, carcinogens, or other nastiness you inhale when you burn tobacco. Nor could it, because e-liquid does not combust. N.e.ts do, however, accomplish the clean, authentic taste, which many describe as the aroma of a fresh tobacco, such as a freshly opened pack of cigarettes or a scoop of dried pipe tobacco. As much as I am against traditional tobacco, I must admit smelling that fresh pack of Newport still does it for me, just far from enough to draw me back into smoking. That being said, N.e.ts are the closest you can get to the taste of smoking in an e-liquid form. So listen, just to reiterate this point, vaping an N.e.t e-liquid will never mimic smoking a cigarette. This is because when you're smoking that Marlboro or Newport, you aren't tasting the tobacco. Well, not entirely anyway. Your taste buds are responding to the chemicals being combusted and interacting. This cannot be mimicked by N.e.t e-liquids simply because e-liquid does not combust, nor does it contain all of the chemicals present in a traditional cig. A valid question to tack on here would be, why in the hell would you want a combustible flavor? New or advanced vapor, it would make little sense to me. The taste of smoke was always tolerable to me as a smoker, something I had to deal with to get that nicotine hit. In short, cigarettes taste pretty damn disgusting, but it was something I could deal with, but now that I vape, that's out of the question. Speaking of which, I did receive a plethora of N.e.t concentrates from a company called Stix Mix based out of California, which I'll be reviewing shortly. So far I'm very pleased with these concentrates, so be sure to stick around for that video. So the next question would be, how safe are N.e.ts? Is the increase in risk in comparison to other e-liquids worth the realistic tobacco flavor provided by N.e.t juice? This is something you can only really answer for yourself, but it's important to maintain some perspective. For anyone using N.e.t e-liquids to help them quit or reduce smoking, especially if it's the only thing that really works for you, the answer is obvious. You're much better off vaping a naturally extracted tobacco versus smoking real tobacco. In comparison to tobacco, both types of e-liquid, whether synthetic or N.e.t, provide vast reductions in exposure to harmful chemicals. Nitrosamines are carcinogens, and one particular study found that per gram of tobacco there are 3,440 nanograms, or billionths of a gram, in total of these nitrosamines. In ordinary e-liquid, it's about 560 times less than in tobacco. For N.e.ts, the total nitrosamine content is 218 times lower than tobacco. So still significantly safer. Of course, this study goes much deeper in context, but just knowing the numbers should be enough to persuade you one way or the other. Let's have one more look at those numbers. Now that's regular e-liquid 564 times less nitrosamines than tobacco. N.e.t e-liquid 218 times less nitrosamines than tobacco. Still a pretty major difference to smoking, wouldn't you agree? You can read more about this study by following the link in the description below. Personally, I just enjoy great flavor. The minor increase in risk of vaping N.e.t liquids does not concern me. I'll take the authentic N.e.t tobacco flavors over a cigarette any day of the week. In summary, for the beginners viewing this video, n.e.t. e-liquids are a fantastic option for getting a clean tobacco-like flavor, but if you're like most smokers, you'll soon find that you really don't need a cigarette-like flavor at all, unless it's your cup of tea. Ultimately, I'll say vape however works best for you, but don't confine yourself to tobacco flavors, because the ability to explore other flavors is one of the most beautiful things about vaping. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope I helped you understand a bit more about n.e.t. e-liquids. For more videos and content like this, drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. I'm working hard on bringing quality content to the channel. If you have any suggestions on topics I should cover in a future video, please be sure to comment below outlining that request. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Until next time, guys, keep vaping, stay elevated, and cloud salute.